I am Renee MacDonald, CEO and Investor Relations Lead at Learn Grow Invest. As always, it is a pleasure to be sitting with Mr. Andrew Williams, CEO of Regency Petroleum Company Limited. Now, Regency Petroleum was listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange in December 2022. And not only are they a marketing company for petroleum products, meaning fuels and LPG, but they have now recently taken to quick pavement repair products in Jamaica, a cold asphalt product which not only will be sold, but manufactured by a company led by RPL in partnership with DNO Technologies in the US. So it is my pleasure today to be talking with Mr. Williams more about this QPR. What does it mean? What does it mean for RPL? What does it mean for Jamaica? How does it help us as a country? Let us welcome Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Renee.
Welcome, Andrew. Always a pleasure.
Always.
So, as I am sitting with you and talking, we have seen the growth of Regency Petroleum from listing to where we are now. As we're sitting here, it's March 2026, and you have acquired not only additional lands footprints, right? You have more gas stations than when you started. You are now in a position where you're bringing a brand new product to the Jamaican market. So tell us, what is this product? What is QPR?
Okay, so QPR is a quality pavement repair product. In layman terms, it's a pothole repair product. Now, it's not only a pothole repair product, an average pothole repair product. It's one of the world's, the number one product within the world. So it's the world number one product for pothole repair. It's the number one product used in the United States. So we have been in discussions and dialogues, as I've been always saying, that we have a number of stuff on the table. So so this is not an overnight decision for the company to go into this pothole repair. We wonder, we're a petroleum company. Why are we doing? Right. How we end up in pothole repair? No. First of all, I would refer to it as a complementary product to what we are doing. So it's a complementary diversification within the company. So because of the raw materials of the product, it falls in line with what we already supply and makes up quite a percentage of the end product. And it's a product that we see a very high demand for, and I'm sure that not only the shareholders or the general audience, the entire population of Jamaica, whether you're a driver, you have a driver's license, you can drive a motor vehicle, or a passenger, will appreciate this product. I'm sure that everyone will appreciate this product based on what we have to encounter with on a day-to-day basis in Jamaica with the potholes.
Right.
So again, this product is one of a kind in Jamaica. There has been no similar product to this before in Jamaica in terms of the quality of this product. This product is made to repair potholes on high traffic roads, heavy load. It can withstand all elements that we would expect. You know, so that is what really drew us, because we are bringing in a product within the country. We want it to be a quality product because we have our name with a high reputation attached to it. So we want to ensure we have to do our due diligence into this product. And I invite anyone to just a simple research online on the internet about QPR. It's a well-known, popular known product, and a product of quality, high quality. So I invite anyone to do a research on that, you know, just for their comfort level.
So one of the things you mentioned is that it complements what you already do. Some of the products that are being used to create this QPR,
final product,
right? This final product of QPR already exists here. Now, at the launch, you would have spoken about bitumen, ADO, and what's the other one?
It's the QPR blend.
The QPR blend
and
the aggregate, right? And the aggregate is locally sourced.
Right.
So not only are you bringing in this product, you're going to be manufacturing it here in Jamaica.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that manufacturing process and where it will be. How will that
all right, let me get a little bit technical and try to be technical, but still be able on a layman's term so you can understand, everyone can understand. So it's quite simple. The raw materials are made up of bitumen, which we now source from Petroleum locally.
Right.
It's made up of diesel, which ADO, and it's made up of the secret sauce, which is the QPR blend.
Right.
So basically, it's a cold asphalt, but the secret to it is the QPR blend, which we have sole license for in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
And the Caribbean.
And the 95% of this final product is made up of aggregate. So in Jamaica, we currently have the bitumen, the diesel, and the aggregate.
Right.
We have partnered with the supplier, through DNO Technologies in the United States, and we have been awarded that license exclusivity of this particular product, QPR blend.
Yes.
So that is what makes the difference for this cold asphalt mix. So it's a cold asphalt mix manufactured by RPL with the QPR blend, right? If you want me to go into more details, it's a mixture of all these liquids,
right?
And we add the blend, the diesel, the bitumen, and we add the aggregate, which makes up 95%. Repeat that, 95% of the final product. We will be packaging it in in two packaging, and we'll be selling it bulk also.
Right.
So you'll have a 50-pound bag for household use. You'll have a 1-ton bag for industrial and commercial use, and we'll also sell it bulk for also industrial and commercial use. Bulk meaning truckloads.
Right. So there are a couple of questions that have been coming up. How does this differ from a previous product that was on the market?
What I'm saying is for QPR, it's for industrial use.
Right.
I'm not too sure. I mean, what it was on the market for. What I'm sure about is that this product of this quality and nature has never been introduced in Jamaica. So this is a new product in Jamaica, primarily to repair potholes. I need to emphasize that, Renee. This product is primarily for pothole repairs, not repaving of roads.
Right.
Pothole repairs. It can do bike trails, which is what a lot of persons use it for in the United States. And we don't have much bike trails here yet. Probably the government can consider doing that, in certain areas. So we have our bicycles and so have their own pathway for safety purposes,
right?
Primarily, and just to expand on our development,
yes.
Infrastructure-wise. So it's for bike trails, and it also can be used for pipeline repairs when you have those pipelines on the roads. So because it has a limit as to the width, but we can go into further details on that. So it is primarily used for pothole repairs, can use for bike trails, and also for pipeline or the trench repair purposes. So that not for repaving an entire roadway.
That's an important,
right.
That's an important distinction because when we use things outside of their intended purpose, then we will not get the intended results.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So in terms of the manufacturing plant, now you had said previously that it will be in Clarendon, right where the aggregate is. So how does that impact the surroundings, the environment there, the people there, the community there?
Well, I can say two things about that. First of all, since the launch, I was going off base a little bit, we have been approached by other persons who will be interested in manufacturing also.
Oh, nice.
Right? So yes, our intention is to manufacture close by the aggregate, the quarry. So that would reduce our overhead significantly, considering that 95% of the raw material is made of aggregate.
Right.
So that was a strategic plan for us to locate our manufacturing plant next to the quarry, where the quarry is actually located.
Of course.
And it's also on a major thoroughfare of the highway. So logistics-wise, it's perfect for us. So in terms of, it's a manufacturing plant, so you know that employment in place. So we'll have people from the community who we can employ, and we provide employment for persons within the community for the manufacturing purpose, because it's not only for manufacturing, it's two aspects to the manufacturing. We'll manufacture the product, but we have to package it also.
Right.
So it will provide employment on both sides for the community. And it allows us, the beauty about the QPR blend, it's of a similar nature in terms of logistics are as gas stations. So we can set up plants, or for the even LPG, we can set up various different locations where we manufacture. We don't have to manufacture in Clarendon, that's set out.
Right.
We have different manufacturing equipment that we can employ or acquire to have other smaller areas. So it's also, I'm saying this to say that it also opens opportunity for other Jamaican companies to come on board, which is what we always try to do. We always try to include everyone in our Jamaican companies, growing companies, persons with interest to come on board, and they can set up their mini manufacturing plant in their location. That's the objective in the short to medium term. I'm hoping for the short term.
Yes.
So all of these factors were in consideration, were negotiated, which is why we decided to move to this product. You know, so.
Okay, that's very good and helpful on more than one level. So what does that then lead to in terms of, or what does that mean in terms of the possibility for export? You said that the license is for Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Right. So this is a new product to the company, first of all. Yes, we have done our due diligence, but we have not actually experienced the production, the demand, the entire process. So the intention is to manufacture, on the face of it, to manufacture, supply the demand, the domestic demand, locally, and also seek to supply the regional demand within the Caribbean. So that's the intention, and that's the plan in our planning stage. However, we need to, this is my personal prerogative, we need to experience the production process first before we make any step on concept where we're going to manufacture to export to Barbados, Trinidad, whichever country it is.
Yes.
So we need to experience it, master it here, and master the production, master the supply, because we don't want to be exporting and we can't satisfy our local demand.
Agreed.
So let us get the processing in place and take it step by step, and that's those stages, and then we can look to, because don't get me wrong, there is demand within the region for this product.
Right.
We don't want to go ahead of ourselves and start to market it in the region as yet. Yes. Let us master this first, and then we can see where else how we can move forward to export. And we have plans in place for export for sure.
Fantastic. So with that, on the tail of that, when do you plan to start manufacturing?
So as previously stated at the launch, we had a 30 to 45 day plan to commence production. So far we are on target for that. Where we procure the equipment for the manufacturing. Yes. The raw materials, they're already here. We sent off our samples that we have here of the raw materials to be tested, and they were okay. Right. So we're just currently awaiting the infrastructures in place in terms of the land space. The location is in place. We have other locations being considered currently. Other persons who are willing to invest as a franchisee of this product. So because we're anticipating already, everyone is feeling the effects of the potholes. Everybody is feeling the effects of the potholes. So we don't want to go ahead of ourselves. We're very conservative at the same time. So we're playing it safe in terms of setting up a plant so we can manufacture the supply. However, we are expecting an overwhelming demand for the product. Yes. So we are still in the background entertaining conversations with other companies that will be interested in setting up a franchise of a plant to manufacture, which will provide more jobs and more businesses growing.
Of course.
You know, because you have different levels of equipment that you can purchase to do different volumes of the product.
So you mentioned how the product will be packaged and sold. One of the biggest questions, of course, as you say, everybody is feeling it. So they want to know, how can I buy the product?
Okay. All right. So being a manufacturer of this product, we, first of all, in our due diligence, we recognize that 85% of the product, approximately 85%, will be used by government agencies, because as we know, more than 85%, probably 90% of the roads in Jamaica are owned by the government.
Yes.
Whether the municipal corporation or NW, whichever agency, but it's owned by the government. So they will be the heavy users of the product, which is what when you put pen to paper, and because we have shareholders to report to,
Yes.
we have to be profitable. Yes, the general population requesting the product, but in our due diligence, we have to make sure that this thing makes sense for us to go into. And it proved that way. That is why we had our launch, and we had the minister there
Yes.
to experience the launch and help to endorse this product. Now, we have sent for testing and all that, so for them to prove the product, basically. So, as I said, the product will be marketed primarily to the government.
Right.
The other 15%, or approximate 15%, will be for households or private organizations or entities that would have their private roads. They can purchase it from their local hardware. We'll be supplying hardware wholesalers.
Right.
So we're looking to supply hardware wholesalers, have it on their product line of a hardware. So when the average consumer would request this product, I want this product, they could request it from the local hardware that they purchase from,
Yes.
which in turn would purchase from their local wholesale suppliers,
Right.
or local wholesale suppliers that they would purchase from. So the intention is to, and we have numerous interests from these, which is why I'm saying
Great.
this, because we have numerous interests from these hardware wholesalers already,
Yes. Great.
requesting, putting in orders for the product already.
Nice.
So this is why I'm confidently saying that you as the final consumer just need to request it from your local hardware.
Yes.
Your local hardware will in turn request it from their supplier. And if unfortunately for the supplier they don't have it in stock, they will be able to purchase it from Regency, our manufacturing plant, because we'll be manufacturing for wholesale purposes. 50-pound bags and 1-ton bags. 50-pound bags primarily geared towards the household, so the hardware is easy to move around.
Right.
You know, and the hardware will be able to easily deliver and all that for the hardware.
So I just want to take a moment to underscore what you said, that it is primarily government roads and primarily geared towards government roads for the pothole fixes. And then the smaller percentage, the 15%, is expected to be used for household and community purposes. So it will be available for the community. Fear not, guys. It will be available. But how it is available is through your hardware store. So go and request it so that the wholesale hardware, the wholesale providers for the hardwares can get on the list to get QPR in store at your local hardware. All right. So as we wind down, because I think you've answered most of my questions so far, I want you to just take a moment to, as I always ask you to do, to speak with your shareholders on this. There are some persons who may have had a concern about over-diversification or RPL going outside of what they're known for, which is the gas stations and the LPG. What do you want to say to your shareholders in terms of what this QPR, what taking on this QPR project means and how it impacts the company, how it impacts them as shareholders?
Okay, so to our shareholders, as we have always been saying over the years, is that we have a number of opportunities on our table. Now, this product, I can reiterate, is not an overnight decision to enter this market. We did our proper due diligence for months now, probably even up to a year. We have been in negotiations. We have been studying the product. We realize, and this is my word for it, it's a complementary product. It's a complementary diversification, basically. So the product in manufacturing uses bitumen and diesel fuel, which we already supply. So this will only increase our sales, our purchases, our revenues, our volumes in purchasing of bitumen and diesel oil. This will add to what our revenue would have, because it's going to go into a manufacturing process, translated to our end product, which should, based on our calculations, which will increase our profitability just by the manufacturing process and purchasing. So it multiplies that profitability as opposed to purchasing just for resale in a service station. So this product has been studied with our management team properly. We did our due diligence. We met with the company numerous some other times, D&O Technologies. We did our research into it, and we saw where this product would have been. It would be a prudent decision for the company to take on this product for many reasons, which I will just state a few. Number one, it's a diversification. You know, we're a listed company. Yes, we are primarily focused on automotive fuels, but we saw where this would complement and help with diversification, add to our revenues and our profitability. It's a product which I'm sure everyone will agree is a product which is in high demand for any undeveloped country. And Jamaica in particular has a high demand for this particular product. And I'm sure everyone will agree with me on that. Now, we're talking about profitability. That is why we took on the decision to manufacture here. That's one of the reasons why we took on the decision to manufacture here, to increase our profitability. It is more highly profitable for us to import that blend, QPR blend, that special blend, and to manufacture it here in Jamaica. We have the 95% of that raw material is right here. And we have our manufacturing plant, proposed manufacturing plant, right where that 95% raw material is, so that will cut our overhead costs significantly. So all of these were taken into consideration prior to making a decision to go with this product. So we are expecting increased revenues for the company, diversification, so there is not dependency only on purchasing and selling fuels, petroleum products, LPG or automotive fuels, but we also have another product on our product line that we control. So that is very important to note. We control the availability of this product by manufacturing it. We control it by having all the raw materials here, with only the bitumen, the QPR blend being imported from overseas. Now, which is the number one company. It's a $11 billion US company in the United States. So it's not a small company. It's also a listed company in the United States, the parent company, QuickRet. Now, so all of these investigations and diligence were done before. I have to reiterate that before, because we have to make sure that as a company, as Regency Petroleum, a reputable company, a growing company in Jamaica, a Jamaican-owned company, we have to hold that reputation highly and ensure that whatever we introduce will benefit not only the company, the shareholders, and Jamaica in general. Now, this product for sure will benefit Jamaica. It will benefit our shareholders. It will benefit the development of the country economically and socially, which falls just in line with Regency's apparatus, basically, our model apparatus. So it falls just in line. And I can tell you, as I always say, that we have the Almighty leading us. We have opportunities on our table every day, and we invite him in to help with he's our primary person that we interact with to be involved with our decision-making processes. So I have no doubt, and I am sure that entire audience, the Jamaican public, will be quite pleased, or are quite pleased to have a product of this nature in Jamaica at this time. It's very important, and we can also look to export later on after we master the production of this here in Jamaica. We provide employment, and we provide additional income and revenue for the company, and development for our Jamaicans. As a Jamaican-owned company, we invite other Jamaican-owned companies to come on board as a franchisee.
All right. So we thank you so much, Andrew. As always, we appreciate the transparency. We appreciate your willingness to share with your shareholders and potential shareholders. And to our audience, we say thank you for tuning in. And if you do have any additional questions for the RPL team or for Mr. Williams directly, please feel free to leave those with us in the comments, and we will get them over to him so that he can provide those responses to you. We thank you so much.
Thanks again, Reddy, for the opportunity.
Always, always a pleasure. All right.